Hi folks, I'm still smoking my Dr. Plum with Ratteray's accountant's mixture in it. I want to give you an update on Mick and an update on the diet and just have a general ramble really, I think. Mick was very, very near to death a few days ago. His body was giving up, and the doctors sort of said that it wouldn't be long. But he rallied and was allowed home for Christmas. So they arranged an ambulance to take him to his house, and he's had Christmas there. He's very tired, but he has his lucid moments. Unfortunately, the cancer now is in the brain and in virtually every organ in his body. And that's affecting him in his brain, is affecting him quite badly. But as I say, he has times when he's quite clear in mind, and then times where he can't remember a thing, or his mind's gone. I don't know when this rallying will leave. They think it was due to some steroid that he was on, but they know that has to, that won't keep him going for long. So I haven't got much more news than that, except to say I'll let you know if anything really, when the end comes. The diet's still going well, although over Christmas I haven't kept to it. Christmas Day I decided that I would leave off the diet, although I'm now trying to get fully back on it, although there's still a lot of Christmas stuff around that's so tempting. So I had one chocolate today and, that kind of thing. Excuse me while I just take a mouthful of drink. So I reckon I'll have put on about £3 over the Christmas period. But that doesn't worry me, that will come off within a matter of a week or two. I get weighed again on Monday because Tuesday's New Year's Day, so the Tuesday meeting isn't taking part. And then after that, I hope to be back into, by the next Tuesday, I hope that I'm back on the, lost the weight and back where I was. So that's going quite well, feeling very good. And really wanting to now get the other 5 stone or whatever out of the way. I hope to do that in about 3 or 4 months. By then I hope to be down to my target weight. Whether I will or not, I don't know. So, that's the sort of catch up on the news. We had a very quiet Christmas. We had a buffet sort of type set up so that we could eat when we wanted to, and we didn't have to do a lot of cooking, and that worked out quite well. I've been thinking a lot over Christmas, not about God, but about myself and my attitude to life and to how I live my life. thinking about making plans for the future, although at 70, coming up to 70, which I will be in August, there's not a lot of planning you can do. I left the writing group, but I might go back to that after January. I certainly don't want to lead it, but they want me back as a participant. And I'm hoping that if I do go back, then that'll encourage me to write a bit better, because I won't have to then worry about having to plan everything. That took away all the joy of trying to write. I want to get into renewing some of my pipes to give them a good polish and that kind of thing, and I've got a buffer to do that. The other thing I'd like to do is some pressing of tobacco, but I'm not a very good do-it-yourselfer, so I can't really make a tobacco press. So I keep looking for the possibility of one turning up on eBay, or if anyone can make me one, I'm willing to pay for it to be made. You know, it'd be really nice to be able to do some pressing and make some cake or some plug of stuff that I've got. We can't really get a lot of leaf in this country, and I can't afford to spend £100 on bringing leaf over. But I've got plenty of different types of tobacco, and I can certainly buy some individual tobaccos that have been ready processed. So I'd like to sort of have a go at that. I also would like to do a bit more studying. But I don't know what it. Maybe to visit the observatory might be a good thing again, and to do some studying of astrophysics or that kind of thing. At the moment, I'm fascinated by a new theory that they have, that time didn't start with the singularity that caused the big expansion, but that time was actually there before the big expansion. If that's so, it means that there was a universe the other side of the singularity, but that would be running backwards in the opposite direction to the way we're running, if the mathematics, sorted out. Now that's quite an interesting prospect, because one of the theories about this universe we're in was that it would expand but then start collapsing again. And if it started collapsing, it meant that time would have to run backwards. Takes a lot of getting your head around that. One of the other theories is that there's multiple universes side by side, so to speak. But we are having difficulty finding evidence for that. There has to be, if there has to be points where it's still touching our universe and causing a bulge, or some way of us finding that. And I think that's where this theory comes from, that there was time before the singularity. If there was time before, everything fits together. If time started with the big big expansion, big bang, then it's a bit more complicated. So, I mean, I might do some more study on that. But my favourite subjects, sort of history, medical history. If I could have done, I'd have liked to have gone to university. But a university course would be far too expensive these days for me to do. And there aren't means now. It used to be that you could apply for a grant, but now you have to pay back, or you have to pay back your students' grants, and it puts you in a lot of debt. And I wouldn't get one anyway at 70 years old, although I'm legally entitled to one. They'd sort of say, well, you've got no hope of paying it back. So I've been thinking a lot, really, about keeping my mind active. I should really think about keeping my body active. But that's not as easy for me. My hips and knees, they're okay, but if I do a lot of exercise, there are problems with that. I could do swimming, I suppose, which would help support some of the weight, but I still feel a bit too gross for that yet, although I'm losing weight rapidly. I think I've gone down from a 52 waist to about a 44, but I'd like to get down a bit more. And unfortunately up here, the man boobs just look, well, since I've lost weight, they're looking awful. Sort of, flesh hangs from the arms. But anyway, that's beside the point. Shouldn't worry you with my ridiculous things. One of the things I'm really liking doing is smoking my way through all my open jars. And I've started to sell some tobaccos for the future. Because I feel there could be problems in the very near future about getting tobacco. I don't know what difference coming out of the common market will make, because we'll no longer be able to get tobacco from Europe, I don't think. We can get tobacco from America, but it means breaking the law to do so effectively, unless you declare it and bring it through customs and pay the really exorbitant customs rates that they put on it, which seems to be for them to think of a number and double it. And if it's shag tobacco, they'll say it's cigarette tobacco, not pipe tobacco, all that kind of thing. But I can get most of the different types of tobacco, Balkans, vapors, that kind of thing, in English brands. But it would be nice maybe to develop some of my own blends, to see how I do and to see whether I can produce something that's worth smoking. I'm coming up to 14 minutes, so I'm going to end in my usual way by giving you a blessing. It may seem odd, who am I asking to bless you? that I think we're each and every one of us capable of blessing somebody and it having an effect if it's from the heart. May you all be richly blessed. May your life be full. May it give you satisfaction. May your problems be overcome. And may each and every day bring you nearer and nearer to your goal. And if you believe in God, may your God never let go of you. May your faith be based on reality of your experience, not on the belief of others, not on words of a book, but may above all your faith be reasonable. And for those of us who have little faith, or who have a different belief, a different kind of faith, may each and every day strengthen you in wisdom, in knowledge of yourself, and in wonder. May all of us see the miracle of life, of everyday life, and may we come to that condition where we see death coming as a friend in the very, very long future.